Hi everyone, you're on Snail TV. Today, we will tell you about the 2011 romantic comedy Crazy Stupid Love with a great cast. Cole and Emily Weaver, a married couple with 25 years together, are habitually having dinner at a restaurant. The woman unexpectedly announces that she wants a divorce. At the same time, the character's son's nanny, Jessica, goes up to 13 years old Robbie's room and accidentally catches the teenager doing, shall we say, mechanical rubbing of one part of his growing-up body. A little later, the teen confesses to Jessica that he's been dreaming about her with a picture in one hand. After all, he fell in love with his nanny despite being 4 years younger than her. Almost already ex-husband and wife are on their way home. Emily admits to her husband that he is, to put it mildly, a bit of cuckold. She slept with her co-worker David. The husband, who is totally freaked out by the evening's news, unlocks the door and throws himself out of the car at full throttle. The heroes return home. A shattered Cole tells Jessica that he and his wife are getting a divorce. The 17-year-old nurse is shocked because she is secretly in love with a man who is old enough to be her father and who is also friends with her parents. Meanwhile, at the bar, the couple's eldest daughter, Hannah, is hanging out with her friend Liz. For a long time, the young girls watch the handsome Jacob, then decisively goes to their table, picks up Hannah, but she's not fooled by the compliments, immediately figuring out that he a womanizer and pickup artist, and then leaves the institution. 5 minutes single, Cole decides to pour out the grief in the same bar where his daughter has recently left. He tries to flirt with the young woman next door, but she takes his attempt to make contact rather coolly, and that's putting it mildly. The next morning, Cole confesses to a colleague that he's on the verge of divorce, to which the latter starts laughing. It turns out that the staff had heard some crying coming from the bathroom, which, thank God wrongly, led them to assume that the man had cancer. Amid an impending divorce and a move away from his beloved family, the hero often spends time at the bar. He sees that handsome Jacob is also a regular at the establishment, but unlike him, he successfully meets new women every time and never goes home without a date. The young Don Juan also noticed the plainly dressed man who unsuccessfully tries to get acquainted with the ladies, but every time he gets turned away, after which he gets drunk with grief. One day, Jacob invites Cole to his table, harshly, but objectively criticizing the appearance and behavior of the hero. The pickup artist decides to take over him, simply put, to teach him to look and behave the way a real man should. The man, as they say, has nothing to lose. Besides, he has a few alcoholic cocktails in his system, so he agrees. A few days later, Cole arrives from macho training. As stylishly dressed as ever, Jacob is shocked by how dressed up Cole is. A ridiculous striped yellow polo shirt, old jeans, and stomped-on shoes. The seasoned catcher asks, ostensibly to see his sneakers, after which, with the words, "You're not Steve Jobs," a definite allusion to New Balance, in case anyone isn't aware, throws them away. After taking the hero's credit card, Jacob buys him a lot of really stylish things. In his favorite bar, the pickup teacher holds a demonstration of his, so to speak, skills for Cole every night, and once without much difficulty, he seduces 2 young girls at once. One day, a stunningly beautiful woman appears and heads straight for the hero. Cole's heart starts beating madly in anticipation of a sweet moment of acquaintance, but insanely sexy beauty gives him the bill for the drinks because she's the new waitress. After a while, Jacob tells his apprentice, Cole, that he's ready for the first pickup, after which he points to a lonely beauty in a blue dress. The hero takes off his ring, then meets Kate, who works as a teacher. The pickup immediately doesn't go according to plan. The conversation doesn't work out because the woman is a no-drinker. Cole ends up winning again, the broken record about how he's a large, practically divorced father whose wife cheated on him with a co-worker. All Kate pickups from the conversation are the compliments, after which they go to the hero's apartment and get down to what people all over the planet love to do, especially at night. The first ever sexual contact, not with his wife. Yes, Emily was Cole's only woman until that night. Gives the hero so much confidence in himself that he changes astonishingly. Flirting, picking up, pickup, whatever you want to call it, now passes like butter on a red-hot frying pan. The hero thanks his mentor for his seduction lessons. Jessica asks a high school girl she knows, experienced in such stuff, about how to seduce a grown man, to which she advises to start by sending intimate photos of herself. Robbie gathers all the students in the courtyard, after which, standing on a makeshift stage, confesses his love to Jessica and shows the laughing students the letter J painted on his chest. The enraged babysitter tells the lost-headed boy that she loves another, a man who is many years older than her. Naive Robbie has no idea that he has known Jessica chosen one since birth. In fact, it was thanks to him that he was born. Cole meets Emily at a PTA meeting. Robbie's teacher comes out of class, which comes as shock to the man, because it's his first lover from the bar, Kate. When asked by his wife how the teacher knows her husband, Cole lies ineptly, and Kate, whom the catcher never called back after his one stormy night, laughs maliciously. The teacher talks about the word goat that Robbie uttered in class and hints at hero as an example of that word. After the meeting, Cole accidentally tells his wife that he has had 9 partners, but he still loves only her. A distraught Emily leaves, and immediately, to enhance the drama of the moment, as they often do in romantic movies to a sad soundtrack, it starts to rain. At another party, lawyer Richard congratulates his girlfriend Hannah on passing her exam, then he makes her an offer to get a job at their firm. Hannah, who had already tried on a veil in her head, decided on names for their future children and choosing the color of wallpaper for the walls of their family nest, sits on a white horse. The angry girl drinks a glass of undiluted gin in one go, leaves the party, arrives at the bar, and passionately kisses the handsome Jacob, who once hit on her. Hannah promptly suggests that the man go to his house to feed the aquarium fish. Just kidding. After drinking 2 more cocktails in a row for courage, she repeats the jump episode from Dirty Dancing, highly recommended to watch by the way. After which the lovers retreat to the bedroom and spend a beautiful night, just talking about everything in the world. In the morning, Hannah discovers that she's fallen completely in love with Jacob, who happens to be a well-to-do, very interesting man with a great sense of humor. Jacob also realizes that he's finally found the one. They spend all their days together, enjoying each other. Young Jessica decides to take candid photos, to seduce, of course, for her very mature, modern-day crush Cole. She puts the pictures in an envelope with hearts in it, then hides it in her dresser. A few days later, Jessica's mother, Claire, while putting away her laundry, accidentally finds an envelope addressed to Cole. The woman opens what she thinks is a love letter, and the very first photo literally falls apart, and that's putting it mildly, because there is a close-up of the most secret place of every girl, in this case, her beautiful daughter. Shocked Claire shows the evidence to her husband, Bernie, after which the furious papa, who until this moment considered Cole his friend, goes to the hero with the express intention to beat the pervert's face in. Jessica rushes after the furious father, who thinks Cole has dishonored her. At the same time, the hero, with the firm decision to offer to forget the mutual grudges and live as a family again as before, comes to visit his wife. A smartly dressed Cole recalls his acquaintance with Emily. The family is joined by their eldest daughter, Hannah, and along with her fiancé, a burnt-out pickup artist, Jacob, a friend and former mentor in seduction lessons. The men don't yet understand how they ended up in the same place. Hannah tells her father, "Meet my favorite guy." But to her daughter's bewilderment, her father is dead set against the groom. Former womanizer Jacob himself is shocked. In fact, he had no idea that his friend, who is not much older than him, has such a grow-up daughter. In this tense moment, Cole gets knocked down by Jessica's angry father. The hero doesn't understand what Bernie's aggression is all about, and Jacob also gets punched in the face when he tries to break up the fight. Jessica tries to calm her father down, because in fact Cole knows nothing about the intimate photos taken for him by a girl in love, on the advice of a high school girl. Now teenager Robbie is shocked. His nanny's secret lover turns out to be his own father. The hero asks for a timeout in the confusion, but there is no way around it. David, Emily's fellow lover, shows up. Jacob, hearing the name of the man who ruined his older friends and possible future son-in-law's family life, removes the ring, then beats up Cole's abuser. The women and children watch in a state of ave as the 4 angry men clutch at each other and fall to the grass. A few minutes later, the police arrives, after which the cops calm the conflict. The hero leaves his former home with a failed party that turned into a grotesque brawl and scandal. A few days later, Cole, drinking in the middle of the day at his favorite bar, is approached by Jacob and asks for a serious talk. He tells the hero that he has truly fallen in love with his daughter and it has fundamentally changed his life. Nevertheless, Hannah's father still doesn't trust the ex-speaker and the sincerity of his feelings. In late spring, Cole goes to his son, Robbie's graduation party. The boy gives a solemn speech, reminiscing about his feelings for Jessica, then says the true love is gone. Suddenly, the hero interrupts his son's speech, takes the stage, and then tells everyone about how he fell in love at age 15, once and for life. That girl is his wife Emily. True love is worth fighting for to the end. Impressed by his father's performance, Robbie confesses his love for Jessica again, eliciting a storm of applause. After the ceremony, it turns out that Cole has fundamentally changed his views on Jacob and Hannah's relationship. He gives his friends his blessing to marry his daughter. Robbie apologizes to Jessica for his love, and in return he gets an envelope with erotic photos and a 100% hint that the former babysitter is waiting for him to grow up. Emily approaches Cole, who they haven't officially divorced, and then they realize that this year was the hardest test of their love. But all is not lost, friends, is it? That's how it is. A romantic, funny, but also sad and touching film about feelings and family. Crazy Stupid Love. Appreciate each other. Watch worthy retellings on Snail TV. See you soon, friends, and don't forget to like it.